a bad deal, gang. I never told that bitch that. On my granny, and some of the shit she said was false. I don't gotta lie about shit. Fuck is y'all talking about? That shit goofy as hell, gang. First of all, and this is what I be saying with motherfuckers' mentality. No, G, because my whole thing is don't make this what it ain't, gang.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Amari.
you're so pretty.
thank you.
Okay, she said I had to pop out. I like that.
My hair, like y'all, this camera looking like it's going sideways. I don't know where to sit this mug at. Hold on.
You got your camera. You got
It's
one
like
of them.
backwards or something. Okay.
Girl, you need to be stable. We got some things to get into, honey.
Okay, we'll give her a second. Get let her load up a little bit, but
Oh, we'll go for real. Oh, we still got some tea. Let's pour it out in the
look
cup.
at this tea so hot it keep knocking her up.
So what's going on?
Hey, girl.
What up, girl? How you feeling?
Good. How y'all?
We good, girl. Just checking on you after a very eventful weekend. You done shook the city up. Oh, she keep going out. I don't like this. Can you hear me?
Y'all can
Can you hear us?
y'all perfectly fine.
Okay. Is your phone like on the table or something?
Y'all can hear me now.
Yeah, you better hear you. All right.
Okay.
So you decided to get on live and shake the city up and just, express some things that's been kind of rumbling around in the system. My first question to you is what was it that made you go live in the first place? Like what was like, I'm gonna get on Instagram and tell my story.
So basically, me and that girl had did the boxing match on his TV, and she made it seem like it was all love. We just boxing and everything cool. Now, when they dropped the video, like, everybody was having a commentary about how they felt who won or didn't win and everything cool. So she decides to go live, and as she's going live, she like, yeah, ooh, I just fought Amari. And then she says, and Melo, that's why Amari was talking shit about you. Now let me just give y'all a backstory, a slight backstory. The girl who I fought did my hair back in May. And what the internet doesn't know is that me and the girls have gotten to it multiple times behind closed doors. So, and we always said that whether we get into it or not, it wouldn't hit the internet. And so when the girl said that on live, whatever, she was like, and that, I mean, at the time she was doing my hair, me and Mello was into it. And it was like, you overheard our argument. It wasn't so much as I was sneak dissing. I was arguing with the girl. So, or whatever. And Mello, I didn't know at the time that Mello was her friend. But she never told Mello about what was being talked about that day or whatever. Anyways, fast forward, we do the fight. And she saying her live, she like, yeah, and that's why Mari was talking shit about Mello and woo sneak this and Mello. And I'm just like, girl, you saying anything. You just trying to get us into it because you feel a way about how we just fought or whatever. So then,
It always happen when it's getting good.
Right?
You back?
but she said, yeah, y'all can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, what she say? She was like, that's why you don't need to be sneak dissing me. She hopped on my lap and said, that's why you need to be sneak dissing me. And I'm like, Mello, don't feed into this girl bullshit. Cause we didn't been the shit that she's talking about, we already argued about. I already said to your face. We already made up about it. So don't feed into it. She's trying to bring us some shit from back when we first got into it to make it seem like I'm sneak dissing you. When in reality is you've talked shit about me. I've talked stuff about you. So let's not act like when you're mad at somebody or somebody does something to you, which Mella was in the wrong for what she did back then, somebody's not going to talk about you or what you did or talk about the situation at hand. And you know, when you in the chair getting your hair done, that's like gossip city. Like
Mhm.
you just talking, getting your hair done. So let's not act like people don't have conversations about stuff when they get their hair done. But it's nothing about sneak dissing when you already know everything I said was something that I said to you. So it was like you feeding into her, trying to get us into it. So you know, we got our personal friends in the comments on the lab like, y'all don't let her get to y'all. Y'all know she's just trying to break y'all apart. So then Melo says, you know what? It's my time to go live and talk about you and see how it make you feel or whatever the fuck she must have said. And she decides to go live and troll me. So while she's live, I'm like, you know what, bitch? I'm sorry, excuse my French. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of you thinking like you the bully of the city, the toughest girl in the rack, and all that other stuff. I'm gonna tell the world about your true colors and the type of female you really is. You want to run with this pretty op image. You want to run with the bad girl, tough girl image. Want to fight all my life? I had to fight situation. I'm not for that. I'm a genuine person and I move with love. So why even try to play with me on this app? So now, since I feel like you're trying to defame my character and talk about me, oh, now I'm definitely about to expose you and tell the world who you really is. Because I've been keeping it in and trying to save you from looking like a bad person, which you are. Instead, and so yeah, so that's basically why I went live and told my side of the story because she let another girl that I fought geek her up and sent her off. So then it was like, okay, you want to do that? You want to go live being funny? Now let me tell you what really happened. So then,
So,
yeah, that was that.
but through okay, so Melo went live and Melo went live and that's what made you go live.
Yeah.
So Melo went live first. Okay, so during
Well,
Melo,
I was already on live. I was already on live.
when
She
she got in your
left my
comment,
live to go live. She left my live to go
Wasn't
live.
she in the comments too, saying stuff in the comments? And
Yeah,
that's what made
that's
you
what I'm
go
saying.
live.
No, I was already live arguing with the other girl that I was boxing. Like, why is you trying to make me and Mello get into it? Then Mello came in my comments like, ooh, she says you sneak dissing me. I'm finna go live about you. And I'm like, you didn't even ask this girl or confirm anything or ask for any evidence. You just went live. That shows me that you've been itching for a moment to talk about me.
so
Cause it's like,
um, even with that, like you kicked off the conversation saying that y'all always had an agreement that like whatever happens, you're not gonna get
I
the
can't hear you.
huh? Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so going back to like when you first started the conversation, you were saying that y'all had a bond where it was like, okay, whatever we argue about is not gonna hit the internet. Like it's not gonna get that far because it's us. We
Mhm.
locked in, ain't no switching up. So even with Mello going live, you didn't think to be like, I ain't even gonna do this. Like, let me hit her on the side, or maybe hit Cash or somebody. Then
No,
come back
I
together
ain't gonna
off
lie.
camera.
Certain point After a certain point, you already broke the agreement. You already broke the sisterhood. You already broke the bond.
The
At this point, I don't
disrespect.
give a fuck. Cause one thing about it, yeah, it's like why even if we were real sisterhood and we all had an agreement that we wouldn't let it get to the internet, why are you letting it get to the internet? Why are you going live to try to defame my name and make people look at me a certain way and fat shame me and talk about my weight and say things that don't matter to to have people troll me to make you look like the good guy in the situation when you know what happened behind closed doors was all your fault and you did a lot of bogus things leading up to this point. I've been humble and quiet the whole year. If I was a hater or wanted or had bad blood with her, I could have went live about the situation months ago from day one. Because from day one it's been bull crap. So it's just like for you to wait till a girl that you don't even really, you feel me, kick it with or talk to send you off and let you and you didn't even ask no questions. The first thing you do is say, let me go live about Amari. It just showed that you already had some secret animosity towards me that you've been waiting to let out. So now I feel like forget the agreement we made about not going to the internet. Now I'm finna clown you and tell them about your true colors because why are you even with me? So that's how I was moving with it. But yeah.
So let's go back to you were saying that there was a lot of things that you felt like Mello was just completely in the wrong about. She did address some of those
Hmm.
things you brought up. I know one of the things was what happened with the remix. Um, Of course,
Hmm.
y'all wasn't on the remix. You Cash and Monty wasn't on the remix because Lotto came in and Lotto wanted Melo. So how did that make you feel? And I know y'all probably did talk about it together off the internet, but you brought it up. So
Yeah, so basically the situation with that was more so like, okay, so from the jump, I bring the girls together. I'm the one that came up with the idea to even be on some female empowerment because I'm a real girl's girl. On a day to day basis, I love everybody. I move with love. Like, I love stuff like that. And I felt like Chicago was divided. So I'm like, let's come together. Let's do something together. Now, at the time, I didn't know certain things about the industry. I didn't know she was already signed to Locka Films and different stuff. And I know she already had a label behind her. I didn't know that or whatever. I didn't know that Locka was trying to brand an artist and none of that anything. So when we had first did Mouskatool, it was a collab and Locka calls my phone like it can only go on one girl album. It can only be one girl song. And since it's my artist and we shooting y'all video for free and y'all recorded at her studio session, give the song to Melo. I was like, but this is not about Mello. This is about all of us. So and so then after that, that was a whole nother argument. And then I was like, you know what? I'll get a song to Mello because Locka Films and them is shooting it and all that. So you know what? Fuck it. She can have the song. But
can I
at the
interrupt
same
real
time,
quick while we talk about this?
mm,
How would how would you have wanted it to go?
I would have wanted it to be like a collab, like same way Hit Kid did, featuring all the girls from the Shot Booyah song. So all the girls, got their opportunity. That's how I felt like this should have went because at the end of the day, this was my idea for girls to come together and come up together. It wasn't so nobody could come out on top or be better than the next. I wanted all of us to be together on the
So
same page. Like, of course,
I feel that. But so in a perfect world, where would the song have been? Which I had
you said
just cause who made the beat? Chewy, Choo Choo.
choo choo, yeah.
So would it have been like Choo Choo beats featuring y'all?
Yeah, I mean, like something like that, or because I got a couple different, like a couple different opinions, like from people in the industry. Like some people said it could have went on all our albums. Some people said it couldn't. Like, so I didn't really know if it could go on every girl album or not. But that's why I said if it could only go on one girl album, since your manager and everybody is helping pay for the video and they're shooting for free and No More Heroes have a platform, I don't mind letting Mello have the song. But we did have a group chat agreement, and every girl agreed that even if the song is your song, we all know that it was still a collab. So let's make everything equal. When we get booked for this one song, everything needs to be equal. The pay, everything equal. But anything else in your career outside of Mouskatool, by all means, charge what you're gonna charge, do what you're gonna do, move how you gonna move. And that was the agreement that we all agreed with before this drop. And then when it came to the remix, and this one was blowing me because it was like every girl felt the way. Cash, Monty, every girl felt the same as me. But I felt like she instilled a fear and something in them to where they felt like they just shut up about how they felt, or they would come complaining to me about it. And it's like that's why I always kept screenshots and receipts of everything, because it's like y'all felt the way too, you feel me? So then when it came to the remix, it was how they went about it, right? Because originally we were supposed to have Glorilla on the remix with all of us. That was the original plan. That was the original, you feel me? And then Locka calls my phone like, I'm sorry, we're not doing Glow really anymore. We're doing Lotto because Lotto gets more streams than Glow and everything. And he was like, and Lotto personally asked us to take all of y'all off the song and to have her and only Mellow. So I'm that now I'm looking at Lotto sideways because it's like around that time, Lotto had just made a post saying that she's a girl's girl and she's doing free features for females and everything. And I just feel like from the idea for it to be for girls to come together and do things together, it seemed like a lot of motherfuckers were trying. I'm sorry, a lot of people were trying to do stuff for things to be broke apart and everything, and that's why I said I felt the way I felt or whatever the case may be, and all that stuff. So then, after that, they dropped the feature and all that. It was a lot of like bogus phone calls I got before the remix dropped. But then it was like when the remix dropped, I mean, everybody had their opinion on it. Some people was like, why y'all ain't at the girl? Some people like, why? You feel me? But it's just like, I don't know. It was
I
just
got a
for me.
question.
That a part of I think that it's a lot that kind of like strategically, as far as like being in like the music business, that I feel like gets left out a lot because in a perfect world, y'all could drop a joint album, do as many songs as y'all want to, everybody get their royalties type thing. So you never thought to look at the situation with her and Lotto as okay, like I get it. I'm not particularly on the song, but that's still gonna bring back revenue because people, if it's a remix, people gonna want to hear the original. You feel me? It's kind of like you put out a hit, like you
think
just put out that hit
that's
with Shauna, right?
that's
So
that
if the song with Shauna go crazy, they gonna want to hear more Amari Blaze. That's still gonna bring them back to other
thing
songs.
about it. Like what you gotta realize about the I've been learned my lesson from the situation about how the industry works and how at the end of the day it's business and it ain't no friends in business. And even in my idea of what I want to do,
I hate that it be cutting off as soon as she get to talking.
Yeah. I think the business aspect of the music industry and artists covering themselves, because what I was gonna ask her was, how do we, is there any clauses in these are they did they sign any contracts, and if they did, are there any clauses in these contracts that at least give them credit if a remix were to have happened? I think that's what I want to know, because if another person is coming out and it's a song that created, yes, I'm gonna want some credit for that, even if it is a remix.
I don't know if they could. I think it could happen. Like they can get something from it because it is a remix and they were on the original. But also, I mean, it's just all about her as an artist and how she looked at it. Because it's you could either look at it as okay, at some point I need some royalties from this because we did create the whole Mouskatool thing together, or she could have been looking at it at like, well, why Melo the only person that get to be, with Lotto.
Right, right. And then I even, like, from a perspective, want to know what was the reasoning behind why Lotto didn't want the rest of the girls on the song.
That's a long ass song.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
Listen
there
to
could have
all
been.
that and then put a lot of. I'm not listening. I'm probably not even gonna get past money part. Okay, like I'm not, that would be a long ass
But at
song.
the same time, I mean, we've seen people go in the studio and cut songs up and do what they do. It's called engineering. Like, I
I
think
mean,
they could.
yeah, but would it have made it like? Cause me personally, I like the Shibuya girls, but it's like how many songs are
I'm
y'all
not
gonna?
gonna lie, I didn't even know there was like
Like
an
I want,
extended version of the song.
huh?
For the Shabuya song, like I actually just heard like the other part of the song this past weekend. It is very long, but
Exactly.
I still feel like some engineering could have been done and they could have chopped it up a little bit just to make it fair. Or maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe you do three parts
Where
too.
Murray go? I thought she came back in. Maybe
Look, or why not release the one with Glorilla too and make it? We've seen this happen where multiple artists will jump on a song because it's that hot.
not. Yeah, yeah.
So
But
I
I
think
think because the
I
song
didn't. I
was
don't know what happened.
we hear you,
girl,
girl.
I don't know. The
All right,
internet
what was
is
said?
not
Because
like
it had kicked out. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it kicked out. But I didn't hear what you
J
said.
Marie had a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, business wise, with the remix, was there any, I don't know, and as far as contracts are concerned, was there any um like where you would get credit for part, because you did help create the song. Was there any credit
Mhm.
given to you with that remix?
No.
Mm.
Did y'all ask for credit, or did y'all ask like how can? Was there a conversation between like y'all maybe y'all teams where like it's like okay, well,
Yeah.
since we created the song,
Yeah. We
how?
was because we didn't know we wasn't going to be on the remix till the damn near a couple days before it dropped.
Mhm.
So we kind of like even when like we got I had got my own personal call about the remix. About Lotto not wanting us on it and only wanting Melo because her reasoning was she wants to be the one that finds Melo as an artist and takes the credit for basically putting her on to the mainstream world or whatever. So that was basically, I guess, her reasoning behind that. And I understood the business aspect of everything, but like you was saying, saying, like, of course, in an ideal perfect world, it would be nice for us to all collab, come together, and it would be for all the girls and everything. And that's where I was at with it. So no matter how the business stuff changed, I just still feel like it was still ways we could have did it to where every female had their moment. Cause I don't feel like it was just about me or just about Melo or just about Monty or just about Cash. I feel like it should have been about all of us. How I envisioned it, because I'm the one that came up with the idea to begin with. So, but it was just like having a girl having a label behind her and other people have other people behind them. It's like things change when it comes to the business side of things, and that's why I said I already took my L with the situation. I already, you know, learned the business side of things. So it's just like from here on out, I know how to move now when it comes to collabing with multiple people, and it was something that I.
I'm finna fight her Cricket Wireless, cause every time, every time it gets good, she gotta go.
The tea too hot, Bree. I'm telling you, like the tea is too. The internet cannot handle.
We should have did this in person, okay? Girl, this um
So you said you'll move different business wise. What are some things that you'll do differently moving forward to keep something like this from happening again to you?
especially when it comes to like collabing with other people.
I'ma just make sure, like, if I'm collabing, like, I wouldn't even say so much as work with more genuine people, because you clearly I didn't know that they wasn't. Well, I wouldn't say Money and them was.
Every damn time.
What would you, Bree? What would you do in her situation? Like, how would you?
Um,
How do you think
well,
you would fix
I
things?
think like she said she chucked it up. She kind of took that L. Like in that situation, it's like yeah, you kind of gotta take that L. But if I was her, I probably would have been all in the video. Y'all gonna give me a cameo 3, okay?
Okay.
We spinning the block. I need some royalties.
I'm gonna
Out,
need
like,
that. I'm
it's
gonna need
not
that.
me. It, it's not me. It's just kicking me out. Like, it keeps reloading. Like, I don't know, but it's irritating
It's
me. But
okay. It's
I don't
more
okay.
so,
know why
I would
it's
just
so
say,
irritating. I don't like that.
I would just say, like, I would just, make sure. I wouldn't say like they wasn't necessarily genuine from the jump. I just feel like it was a lot of stuff, a lot of miscommunication, a lot of people wanting to be ahead, a lot of, you know, everybody was out for themselves, and that's why I said ain't no friends in the business. So I will make sure, just if I'm going to do anything like that again, it just benefits me in my favor, because at this point it doesn't matter if I am a girl's girl. It's business, and I'm gonna make sure it works out for me, because I learned that it's every man for himself. No matter how nice you is or genuine is, or what you go into a situation looking to get out of it, it doesn't always go like that. So I mean, all I could do is learn from the situation. It's just more so like I just know to keep my distance now.
Okay, we finna move on from this question because clearly she got a good 12 seconds to answer before it cuts off.
Do you,
But no, I think it's cool. I mean, you learn a lot of like that's what any business, like me being in media, like you being a journalist, like I feel like we come in a lot of situations where we like, man, we just gotta chuck this L up and just let somebody else, do what they do type thing. So I think it is good that she taking accountability for just,
yeah,
she
of
felt like it
course.
was an L, she took it. I probably wouldn't have looked at it like that. I kind of feel like, dang, y'all want
Capitalize off of it, even if
it's gonna go back
yeah.
to the track that I'm on. So, that's probably if I can get on the remix and that's still some exposure that I could get from it.
Do you
Dang,
feel like that even with the weirdness of if you feel like people are moving weird with you, even if it is business, you don't think that that would create a awkwardness? Like if you these people were already, according to her, already moving kind of funny, and then you show up to a video shoot, you shout the song out. You don't feel like in certain ways it would be awkward too if you already are feeling this like
I think it's only awkward if you make it awkward. Like she said they had conversations about it. So if y'all kind of had conversations and it was one of those like, well, we just got to chuck it up. I mean, I was at the video shoot, so I know like I think Cash couldn't be there, but I mean, Money was like they still um, they still they still like supported it.
Mm-hmm.
Like like they still supported it. So I don't think that it
I
should.
don't keep kicking out, but
And clearly it wasn't that weird because y'all did a remix, not remix. Y'all did another song with Cash after that, right?
Or yeah.
no, that's the thing about it. I wasn't okay, don't get me wrong. I felt the way about not being able to be on a remix because in reality, what girl doesn't want to do a mainstream song? Like, let's be a buck. But
Yeah,
at
it's
the end of the
kind of
day, I got over it.
right.
I get over things fast, and I'm still happy for her. I'm still happy that she got this feature because the goal was for us to make it. Even now with the beef, I still want the girl to make it. So it's not about me being mad about so much the feature. I just didn't like how they went about it. I don't like how they made it about Melo when it was about all of us. I don't like how they made it try to make it seem like, you know, it was just everything was just so her. When we already had agreement, like no matter whose song it is or who we're giving the song to, let's keep everything equal. And then when I realized everything wasn't equal with shows and money and stuff like that, it just was like at that point, I'm just over it. But then like manager, like I said, we got into it multiple times throughout the month and made up, talked it out, went in the group
Mhm.
chat, then called each other names, and then an hour later would apologize and get over it. So it was just like when we just got done arguing the other day, it's like for you to let this girl send you off, for you to want to go live and talk about me, it's like, why are you acting like we didn't already argue or discuss this or go over it and then Ben got into it and made up like we didn't did 3, 4 other fucking times? It's just like, why are you? It's like at this point you're trying to obtain an image of being into it and trolling people and doing this for the net because as many times we didn't get into it, not once has she ever said let's fight. Now, once has she ever said anything of that nature where it got that serious? Because at the end of the day, she will always say at the end of an argument, sisters argue, So it's just like for you to go live and try to tarnish my name, that's when I was just fed up because it's like I've been still supporting you this whole time, still popping out to video shoots, still coming to those shows, even when you was doing the live run, I would still pop out, still support, still play a back burner. This whole situation.
During dang, right when I was gonna ask my question.
I think it's really important, like Shay said, one of our commenters, our lovely producer, that to have things on paper.
Yeah, I mean that's not. I ain't gonna say that's common knowledge, but I can see like if you just now coming in the industry though, and you feel like because a lot of, I mean, when you think about it, they always probably just making music because they just like to make music off the off the strength. So you coming in like that, it's like no, I'm not gonna think that I have to have a 360 deal with my homies to do this song. You feel me? So I feel it. Mark, can you hear us? It's the freeze for me. It's a freeze for me. But yeah, I do commend them for being able to hold on this long with like not letting they
Mhm.
ish get
Yeah,
the
I mean, sometimes things boil up. How many times have you seen it even with family where y'all be discussing something and that stuff will spill out on social media? People be throwing subliminals
okay.
and then it's a whole mess after that. But then you
My
talk it
blessing
out.
up. Don't come for me on no internet, baby. Pull up. Where
Right.
you meet me in real life.
You know what though? Some people don't do well with expressing themselves in person, so they
A
feel
lot
like
of
they,
people don't do it. A
me,
lot
I'm
of
a straight shooter, baby. Like we gonna talk. We gonna talk. But you know what?
baby.
I really do hope that they're able to talk things out. I mean, it was just good to see this for the city. It was good to see this for us as women from the city to have something to look at and be proud of. So I definitely hope that they're able to, get it together, talk it out, like anybody with friends, whatever, we have moments and we talk it out. I mean, sometimes, be like too much and you go to a place where ain't no coming back, but look, we'll see. Bree, what are you listening to? Look, a
I'm
lot of
not
new
really
music has
listening
come
to
out.
Amari.
Huh?
What am I listening to? Drake. I like
Drake,
the BBL
Drake.
Love on his album. I like Virginia Beach is another one that I like. Amari, bring her back. um, I've been listening to a lot of Drake this week. Who
They
else?
keep doing the same thing, y'all. It's gonna do it again, so I don't know what to do.
All right, we got one more last try because I really want to ask you. Girl, you was going on this rant and then you started calling out everybody else. Do you feel a little remorseful for like, oh, damn, I quit. What have you been listening to, J. Marie?
I actually, I actually attended Maya the Don's listening party this past